I just remember it was just so awkward, and I was like, gotta play it cool.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so I heard y'all were at the Epic.
That's terrible.
No, it went over well.
Are you doing all this too? Hey guys. I'm like, what's up? Welcome back and welcome to summer in Texas.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Is it officially summer?
Oh shoot, I don't know.
Is it officially summer?
It might be unofficially summer, but it's officially summer here at the Epic.
It officially
because we
is.
started summer camps.
Summer camp.
All the kids are out.
And noon class was packed.
Super packed, which we like. Actually, it was a lot of good people.
Yeah. Because I've been the only female in noon for a while.
It has been like that for a couple of weeks, huh?
Now there were 3 of us.
I think they're just intimidated by the new noon coach.
Probably.
Yeah.
She's mean.
Yeah.
Well, at 6 a.m. they call me drill sergeant.
They do?
Actually, only Roddy did, and he's gone. So.
I saw he came back last week just to
Yeah.
pop in. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully we collected that
That $10.
$10.
Did we get the $10?
Certainty
know.
doesn't know.
That's a guest services question.
It is also a couple of days after, well, not a couple of days, a day after a lot of the chaos that was going on in the CrossFit world, which you guys
were
are,
gonna bring this up.
of course, you have to be prepared. There was a ton of stuff going on this weekend.
What was I doing yesterday? I had important stuff this weekend.
They had the Syndicate Crown. I should have said it wrong. Syndicate Crown.
Syndicate. I like Syndicate.
Syndicate?
Syndicate.
We'll do that.
Syndicate.
Syndicate. And then they had the Torian Pro, which was the one that I watched this weekend.
Yeah, which I did see some highlights on Instagram. That's pretty much where I get my updates.
Very good.
But I have not sat and watched a competition since,
Yes.
I think since the CrossFit Games.
Yeah, and then there was one or two in Africa. I just don't remember what the names were.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Who knows? But the reason it was important to me watch the Torian Pro is because I kind of wanted to see what kind of condition Tia would
was
be
in after doing all that high rocks.
Yeah, exactly, right?
So were you blown away?
Well, it doesn't say, maybe some people might thinking, okay, I can do a whole bunch of high rocks and then compete like Tia. But the thing is, she has so much fitness already built in.
Oh, yeah. Even pre CrossFit fitness.
Yeah. I mean, this is like, like Michael Jordan not playing basketball for a couple of weeks or, half a year or whatever. And then he didn't forget how to play basketball,
right.
And I mean, obviously in his prime, and that's where she is. I mean, she's 31 now.
Is she 31?
31.
That's it?
Yeah. That's what they said on the thing. So if I heard wrong, I apologize.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why she's so much fitter than me.
That would explain it.
Yeah.
Not Trinity though. What's your reason? We're old, okay?
Yeah.
You don't have an excuse.
Well, I'm young and I don't know anything.
Oh, that's right. She doesn't know anything.
Yeah. That's what Robert tells me every day.
30 is the sweet spot.
Yeah, it's
for
nice.
fitness.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. But you also have to have other things like height and muscle mass.
Yeah.
And, VO2, oxygen uptake, it has to be right,
Yeah.
And I guess she just has all that. Because that was the other thing that I was watching is that when you watch these competitions, and just like us, when they're done, they fall to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
They're exhausted. They look like they're in terrible pain.
She doesn't?
No, she just
goes and
walks
helps
up.
everybody else.
She's like, points to everybody, waves.
You know what? I'm going to
looks around like, where the hell is everybody else?
I'm going to do that.
You should.
In the community cup.
Well, that's what Matt Frazier had said, that he made sure not to break down on the floor because he wanted to give the impression that he was invincible. And it would mess with everybody's head.
After.
Well, maybe, but I don't see Tia doing that. I don't even think she's like breathing all that hard half the time. And she was beating people by minutes. And it's just like sprinting, where you should be beating people by, a tenth, a hundredth of a second or whatever, the differences between first and second, because a lot of these are sprint races. But no, she was beating people by 1-2 minutes.
That's wild.
And the one event that she didn't get first in, she got second. And the girl beat her by 5 seconds.
Wow.
Yeah. So she was doing pretty fantastic out there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now the question is, she's earned her ticket to the CrossFit Games. Mm-hmm. Is she going to go? What's your prediction? Trinity?
Yes.
Yes. Nadia?
I just feel like it would be so silly for her not to.
I agree.
It would just be silly.
Yeah, I think she's
Don't
still.
Be silly, Tia.
Don't be silly.
Don't be silly.
Silly is not the
Don't
right
be
thing to
silly.
be. You know, but I think her fitness is just still so far ahead of everybody else's.
She just pops in and is like, you know what? I'll just kind of do this. It's fine. And
Yeah.
then back to High Rocks.
Yeah. But that would be the cool thing because I think she has her, and I don't know if it's an individual or if it's another one with her partner, the male partner. I forget his name, but because they had qualified for some sort of championship, so that may be the one that's happening here in June or July, and then obviously the games, immediately after that, if she chooses to do that.
Yeah.
So I hope she does, man.
I do too.
Yeah.
I would watch that.
Yeah, for sure.
Even though it's in Albany.
I know. We were just talking about that. I mean, I get why they didn't come back to Fort Worth, but again, we were talking about like, dude, they sold out tickets like in 4 hours or something like that, and there was definitely no price. It's just such a huge crowd over here. I mean, I don't know. They're just into it. I mean, I see CrossFitters. I mean, I was walking with my daughter Penny in Central Market the other day. I think
You're
it was
about to call it CrossFit Market.
CrossFit Market, and it was the day after the Murph, or it might have been the same day. And there were so many people that we didn't know, and they were wearing Murph shirts. Some of them had Murph shirts from some.
They're gonna say they were wearing their weighted vest.
they forgot to take it off. I don't know. I always want to take mine off right away. Just for life, you just wear one for life. If you wore it over the next year, you'd probably be pretty good at Murph. At least if you didn't get injured, cause all kinds of back and neck issues, ankles, knees.
You sleep in it too.
Yes.
Gotta learn how to roll over.
Shower, everything. Just wear that weighted vest. But I have to consider that before, like just wearing a weighted vest during any sort of runs that I might do or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, that just be theory and.
Well, I mean, Coco is always wearing her weighted vest.
She is
when she's out on runs.
Yeah.
Always. Like, do you see her posts?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I actually see her out because she lives right next to me.
Yeah.
I always joke about running her over with my car if I see her
I think
out there.
Yeah, I think stalking is illegal.
I do not want to see her doing that. That's why I would run her over.
Gotcha. Okay.
No.
That may be worse.
She's just always going really hard.
Yeah, she's awesome. Did she
super fit.
Improve from her previous Murph time?
That was her first Murph.
That was her first Murph, man. Okay.
Sub 60.
Yeah.
Weighted vest. Yeah, she's a beast.
Yeah.
She's a beast.
Yeah.
So I did ask her about next year, and she said she might just be one and done. Like,
oh no.
But she won't.
No,
that's not
she
in
says
her.
stuff like that. Yeah.
That's not in her. Her
DNA.
Yeah.
That's what she said about the half marathon, and I think now she signed up for a full.
Man,
no,
crazy.
No.
Wish her well. That's cool. I mean, she's putting all the layers of fitness on, so that's what we want to encourage.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I think it's super cool. I think it's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I just don't like to watch it. It hurts. It hurts.
Yeah. And then on the men's side, I think it was it's 2 Australian guys.
Oh God, we're gonna have this.
Well, one was Jay
again.
Crouch.
Okay.
So he got second, and the other one is.
Man, Jay got second.
He did. No, he's doing really well. But the guy who beat him, once I can remember his name.
Is this the same one as last time that we had this whole conversation and I was like, Jay, it's a J name, and then it was like, oh, it's Jay.
No, but that was Jay Crouch that we were. Oh no, that wasn't. No, that wasn't. Yeah, we're thinking about another guy.
We're so bad at this.
You think we'd have show notes or something? We would rehearse. This is the rehearsal as well. So if this goes live, that's on people running the computers back there. Come on.
What was I don't.
Who got first in the men's at Torian Pro?
Spell it.
Torian. Torian. Pro.
Why can't I remember anybody's name? I can't even remember my kids' names, man. I think I had Abby, my middle child, tell me, stop calling me Penny or something like that the other day. I was like, I'm going to try. As soon as we get those name tags in.
I wasn't ready.
No, it's my fault. Should have written them down.
Fault. I should have watched it. I would.
You should have watched it. This is your fault. Trinity, your fault too.
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't watch it.
The problem is it popped up with Tia immediately, and
Of
it doesn't want
course.
to talk about anybody else.
No, because that's the story. She's still the
What if you say
story.
men's first place?
I have like everybody else's names in my head right now. I can even picture his face, which is...
That's not the right. That's still...
Dang it.
On to the next.
Stay tuned, guys.
Anyways, but you probably at home, if you are watching this,
They've
would
already
have had
Googled
time
it.
to,
They've already figured
or
it
they're
out.
ignoring this whole thing.
They
Ricky?
just shut it
Ricky
down.
Garrard.
Okay. He's Australian?
Is he not?
I don't know about
sure
that,
he
but
is.
that was the number one.
I don't think he's Australian.
Can you
Is he
look that up too?
Australian?
Yeah. That'll be easier.
He is Australian.
No.
You don't think so?
Is he?
What else would he be?
Not Australian?
I know. That's another option.
Yeah, he's Australian.
See?
Fine. I don't know. I just never.
Associated with him with
never did.
Australia?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about it?
I've looked at him many times and never did it cross my mind he's Australian.
Like, that's a nice English boy right there. No? Not
No,
English? What
not
else
that
would he
either.
be?
Canadian?
He's a New Yorker. Canadian? Really?
I don't know. In my mind, Australian men have a very specific look,
Okay.
and that wasn't it.
Can you describe it?
No.
Get us in trouble.
Please don't.
It's the model from The Price is Right.
The model from The Price is Right?
He's the reason all of my artificial intelligence devices have an Australian accent.
Gotcha. Cool. And moving on. Trinity, quickly. Save us.
Oh no.
I know.
I don't like it when you do that.
Tell me about it. So let's talk about the other big news, which is Bucks news.
I don't want to talk about it.
We have to talk about it. We have to address it. In fact, the title for the thumbnail should be "We're Moving." It should be. Yep.
It should be You're Moving.
You're moving. We're moving all of you guys.
I mean,
You know, that's part of CrossFit, man. You got to get the steps in. Got to move.
yeah.
So CrossFit 2960 is moving from the court, right, to the, what we'll say now is the former Group Fitness Studio.
Yeah.
And it'll now be the CrossFit 2960 box. Do we want to say box? Do we want to say
like
studio?
box.
You want a
Not
box?
studio. I don't
No?
know.
You don't call it studio.
No.
What other names could there potentially be for that? CrossFit 2960
Hole in the wall.
could do that. And we probably will put a hole in the wall
Yeah.
at some point.
And the floor.
Maybe.
The ceilings.
Yeah, definitely the ceilings for sure. Windows?
I hope not.
It's a lot of windows.
I hope not.
Yeah. With a great view. So
Great view.
the space is a little bit smaller. We might do a little bit less equipment, but the idea is it's going to give us a lot more programming options, more times to be in there. Immediately we'll move from 4 classes a day to 8 classes. That also includes a couple of different programming options, including something that's a little bit more endurance based, which is our High Rocks variant. I don't think I can say that it is High Rocks because we're not a High Rocks affiliate, but it'll be classes that will prep you to do High Rocks, right? Or just be incredibly fit and have a really great endurance base.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the other one will be the pump and burn classes, which is more, there's some more bodybuilding type programming with it, but it's not solely that. So there is aesthetics and strength training. But then there's also cardiovascular conditioning. We'll get a little bit more, we'll get some Metcons thrown in there as well, again, for general fitness, but just like High Rocks or the Heat is the name of the class for the endurance-based one, is more geared towards endurance. This one is geared a little bit more towards aesthetics. And strength. Yeah. So that one will be really cool. I'm really interested in testing that one out myself, and I've done that programming for quite some time.
I've done it a few times.
Yeah. It's
I do
nice
like
to
it.
have the option.
Yeah,
for
and
sure.
it's not your typical bodybuilding. You're not just going to be spending a lot of time resting between sets or anything like that. There is a component of
there's time
high
rest.
rep,
Yes.
like high rep, low weight, so high intensity.
Yeah, there'll be
strength
some of those.
training,
Yeah,
but there is the slower stuff that we're also accustomed to.
and tempoed, and it's for quality as
Mhm.
opposed to for time. Trying to do this as quickly as possible. there'll be more for quality. But the conditioning days, you'll see some more things that are for time. And it's good to see improvements in those areas as well as obviously your weights. You want to see that the weights are getting up, you're stronger, your percentages are improving, and that's the reason why we use Beyond the Whiteboard, which you'll get with this option as well. So if you purchase the any of the classes, it's all essentially a CrossFit 2960 membership, and you have access to any of those classes. So have at it, try them all, see what you enjoy, see what you like, or it just fits for your schedule.
And we'll be adding a couple of classes to Friday, which is pretty cool.
Correct. So, yes, which we haven't had before. Yeah. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. I'm excited to get in there. I have an idea as far as exactly how the space is going to look, but things inevitably throw me for a loop, or we may see that this is going to work a little bit better. It's just so much different when you put it in there and you can see how everything flows. You know what I'm saying? And keeping in mind what we're doing in classes, how much space we need for each person or each movement, and how to make things fair across the board, because we don't want one athlete to have an advantage because something is a little bit closer or
that was an issue in the warehouse for a couple of workouts.
Sure. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But it was still really cool having it in the warehouse. I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, I know a lot of people did like the warehouse, and it's so funny because had we said there that hey, by the way, this is permanent, then we might have some people who are like upset. But just because it's temporary, you don't think about those things. So while this is quote unquote more permanent, everything that we've done at the Epic is not permanent. You know. So it's not
always
only
in a state of change.
That's correct.
And you must adapt.
A state of growth, hopefully for all of us. And it's something different and new, and we're just going to roll with it. I just want to say that I'm thankful for the time that we had out on the court and for all the fun things that we got to do. We had Team Proven come out. We got to meet Tia Claire Toomey and Shane Orr and heck Willow and Tia's parents were there as well. All of Team Proven, all the different teams that had come out. We had some people from Canada. We had some people from where else? They were all over the place. We got to meet. I
don't remember. I think we had a couple of teams from Canada.
Laura Horvath, Gavin Megala, Jamie Simmons. She was one that was on another team, and they had come to use the pool as well. So actually, we didn't get to meet them, but some of our staff got to meet her. I think they were the first ones that were out here. Along with Laura's brother.
That was a wild
Christoph.
time. I remember.
Yeah,
that.
It was.
I remember I was
you get spoiled
staying in a
that.
hotel up north, and I got the text from someone that who was it? Who was it here the first time? I think it was the first team that was using the pool.
I think that was
I
Jimmy.
hauled ass down here as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And then realized I was gonna miss them.
Yeah.
So then I went to go eat at what's that place around the corner? First Watch. And they were there at First Watch.
Oh yeah. And we were like texting.
And I called you. I was like, should I approach them? Like, what should I say?
And I think I said yes.
Yeah, you did. You did.
When are we gonna get this chance again?
Yeah. And I just remember it was just so awkward, and I was like, gotta play it cool.
Yeah.
Hey guys, so I heard y'all were at the Epic.
That's terrible.
No, it went over well.
Were you doing all this too? Hey guys, I'm like, what's up?
You know how I play it cool.
Oh yeah, that was smooth, man. Smooth. Yeah.
We're like besties after that.
Oh, totally. Yeah, I still call you and everything.
Sat at my table. And,
oh yeah. Paid for your lunch.
None of that. Like, get this girl away from me. Like, don't go back to the Epic.
Oh man, yeah, that was a really cool time, and we did get spoiled because it was like every couple of hours we were seeing somebody different and new, and we saw so many.
It was wild. We had, I think we calculated, we had at least a third of the CrossFit athletes.
Yeah. And not to mention, we got to meet our online coach, Dwight.
Yeah, Dwight. That was super cool.
Nick Johnson, who's the CEO of Proven as well. He was out here, which was really nice. And they were all so nice. Like everybody was really
so
cool.
Nice.
Made things like we were like, hey, we'll shut down, the whole place.
Whatever you want.
You want us to kill that person over there? We will right now. And they didn't want us to kill anybody. It was really cool. It was very
so nice of them.
Just sweet.
So
sweet people. And I'm not gonna forget that. Like that was really cool. I had my kids come out here as well. We took pictures with Tia. My wife was here as well. Everybody was behaving themselves, sitting back behind the stanchions and everything. It was really great, man. So I don't know, again, if any of these athletes will come out, later. But if it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, I feel like we took full advantage.
I think so. Yeah. I absolutely think so. Because it wasn't just the one day; they came out twice,
a couple
2
times
days in a row.
Yeah. But it was like 4 days that people were.
Oh, 4 days of.
Yeah, because they came out on Saturday,
chaos.
And then I don't know about anybody that came on Sunday. Maybe they did, but then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then everybody else was at the games.
Yeah.
But if they were to come back out, the new setup, they'll be able to work out all day.
Yeah, that's true too. Because we did have to pull things out. We had to cancel not classes, but pickleball time and everything. So a private studio, not studio, private box, whatever.
Hole in the wall.
Hole in the wall, right there by the track, Yeah. Because when we were in the warehouse, because we were in the warehouse twice. Yeah, we were in the warehouse before. You weren't here during that time. We didn't have the treadmill, so we would just run the track.
Well, even when we were down on the court, before we got the treadmills, we were using the track.
The stairs.
Yeah. That was crazy.
It was crazy
to think that we were able to get away with that, because there's no way now.
Yeah.
The membership's too.
No, we have way too many members.
Too high.
Yeah. Too much opportunity for people to run into each other.
We have grown so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's bittersweet.
Yeah, definitely. Again, thankful, grateful.
Absolutely.
And also same thing, thankful and grateful for being able to move into this next space and see what happens.
Yeah. I think adaptability is the key, and that is
CrossFit.
That is CrossFit.
Yep.
You must be adaptable, and if you are not adaptable, then maybe CrossFit isn't for you.
I think that so it's unknown and unknowable, and I probably should have told them the day of, like, oh, hey, by the way, we're upstairs.
Yeah. Because now they're going to get in their heads
Spring
about
it on
it.
them. Yeah, I got a whole month.
Fine.
But no, that's courtesy, because we had to let other programs know. Obviously, we've got to get courts ready. We've got again, it's summer, so there's a lot of people here, a lot of programming going on. Yeah, the Epic is so much more than even just fitness, but there's a lot of fitness going on. But on top of that, camp and art and other entertainment programs that are functioning. Everybody is at 100% right now.
Yep, absolutely.
So it's cool. Yeah,
it's very cool.
Yeah, it is cool. It's noisy, but that's just life, right? Yeah.
We'll enjoy when mid-August rolls around.
Of course, yeah. Well, it's just like, at least when I was a kid, summer would come and like that's the best.
Yeah.
And but eventually you're ready for the next season. You're ready to start seeing
back to school is always fun.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you got, all the holidays around the corner, so
yeah. You get an immediate break. It's like Labor Day, and then I don't know, there's all kinds of holidays they start throwing at us, but I'll take them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so gang, Box News is out. Read through that. If you have any questions about the move or any sort of changes or programming,
email Robert.
Feel free to email me. I would love to have that conversation with you. I think even in person is perfectly fine as well.
Yeah,
I'll
absolutely.
be there for the 5:30 class today, so hopefully I'll get a chance to talk to some people. I think initially when you read something, maybe you start. Maybe there's negativity that fills your head right off the bat, but let's definitely have a conversation about it. This is not a fly by night type of thing.
No,
it wasn't.
This has been in the works for quite some
time. Considered everybody, and I mean everybody, not just us. We're 100 people, but we've got 11,000, 12,000 members to think about.
13.
Almost 13,000 members to think about as well. Not to mention whatever increases we get during the summertime.
Yep.
Kids off for school or graduating, moving over here. Again, just a lot of life going on here in Grand Prairie, and a lot of it happening here at the Epic. And all those things were considered, and in order to continue to function as a unit, changes have to be made and moved, and you gotta, roll with the punches. Yeah, don't. Roll with the punches is better. Anyways, gang, thankful that you guys have tuned in for this. We're going to do it again next week.
You sure about that?
I hope so.
Me too.
Yeah, we should. No holidays, right? We're open. Who knows?
Juneteenth.
We are closed for Juneteenth, but we don't program
our
podcast on that day. So, all right, gang, we'll see you back next week.